Welcome to EDUC 521 Linguistics and Culture. I'm Dr. White. Since this course is facilitated online, I live in the Rochester area and I'm happy to meet in person, but most people prefer to meet on Skype. So here is my Skype name as well as my email address. My email goes right to my phone and beeps, so I'm alerted to it. And as I'll talk about below, I'll respond to any emails within 24 hours on weekdays and 48 hours on weekends, but usually much quicker. So this course works to present a conceptual framework and the principles of linguistics relevant to teaching English to speakers of other languages. We focus a lot on culture and its interrelationship with language acquisition, production, and comprehension. You're going to start the course off really focused on communication, culture, and language acquisition. We're then going to get into the linguistic structures such as syntax, morphology, phonology, phonetics, semantics, and pragmatics. And then we're going to go into the application of linguistic knowledge. We're going to take it back out, particularly in terms of learning environments for English language learners. You have one required text. It's language files, the materials for an introduction to language and linguistics. Please make sure to have it before the Monday of our second week because your readings will start. I strongly encourage you to join New York State TESOL or TESOL International. Being a professional member in your professional organization, it's really important to make sure you're staying current, you're building lasting connections. If you've ever been to a teaching conference, it's a wonderful opportunity to learn more and meet others. And right now, it's so much cheaper when you're a student and you can see all the different benefits. So here are our different learning outcomes. You'll demonstrate an understanding of culture, communication, and language acquisition. You'll demonstrate an understanding of foundational terms, theories, and concepts in the field of linguistics. You'll be able to apply these tools and techniques for linguistic analysis. You'll be able to apply linguistic and cultural understandings to meet the needs of learners, and you'll commit to professional development, partnerships, and advocacy. Here's our course grading scale, and you have 5 different assignments. So you'll have practice problems and reflections, and I'll explain all of these in a moment. You'll have 2 exams, one on communication, culture, and language acquisition, and one on linguistic structures. You'll have an annotated bibliography, and you'll have a final project, which is a presentation. So throughout our course, you'll have 10 different sets of practice problems focused on communication and culture, language acquisition, linguistic structures, and the application of linguistic knowledge. So each week you'll start by watching an explanation video that I've made for you. You'll complete the readings, and then you're going to attempt the problems on your own and submit them. Once you've submitted them, always on a Wednesday, on Thursday morning at 12 a.m., the answers to the problems will be posted. The goal of the practice problems is not to get 100% correct. The goal is to work through and build your understanding of the concepts. So when the answers are posted, you're going to look at them and go back through your original work and figure out what you understood and what you didn't understand, and then you're going to make any corrections necessary. Once you've made those corrections, you can use track changes, you can highlight the Word document, you can use a different color font. Just make it clear that where you made the changes. You're going to write a 1-paragraph summary of what you learned through these corrections. So the heart of these practice problems is not getting everything correct. It's writing this reflection and showing how your own learning has grown. Here's the 3.5 point scale you're graded on. The rough draft shows that you put in ample effort and time to complete the different problems, that your final draft includes the edits, that you have the reflective paragraph, and all materials are submitted. For your 2 exams, they will be posted online 72 hours prior to the due date, and the course calendar acknowledges once they're posted. And you can use your course texts, and you can use other course material, but you cannot work with anyone else or view anyone else's work. That is considered cheating. Most of the work anyways is individually focused, so working with others might help you in some instances, but overall it really needs to be your individual thoughts in order to answer the questions. You also have an annotated bibliography, which is explained more in another video. You have a linguistic exam and a final presentation, which also has its own video. Here's our course schedule. You're going to want to print a copy of this and input all of the different due dates into your planner. Notice everything occurs on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Tuesday, the only thing it has is one of your tests opens on a Tuesday, but it's due on a Friday. And then week 13, your linguistics test is due on a Tuesday, but that's because Thanksgiving break happens. So notice the first column is the week with the dates of the week, the topic, and then it's Monday through Friday. All of your due dates are due by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that day. So, for instance, practice problem 1, rough draft is due Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Make sure to follow the schedule to great extent. Now, the beauty of doing an online course is if you want to complete something earlier, you're welcome to do so. The only thing you'll have trouble completing earlier is your corrections, because those won't be posted, the correct answers, until Thursday at 12 in the morning. So you can complete them on Thursday or on Friday. Your different readings are listed here and your explanation and all of your different work. Now, in terms of course policies, if you have a particular academic disability, reasonable accommodations will be made for physical, emotional, cognitive disabilities. Make sure to contact the Office of Disability Services and let me know as early as possible in the semester. In terms of contact and response time, this is an asynchronous learning environment, which means you work at your own pace on the readings, assignments, and videos according to the due dates. This doesn't mean, however, that I'm not available to you. On the contrary, I'm highly available. I am happy to meet in person if you're in the Rochester or Geneseo area. I'm happy to meet via Skype. If Skype doesn't work on your device, I'm happy to use Google Hangout. I will respond within 24 hours during the week and 48 hours during the weekends and holidays. Generally, it's much quicker than that. In previous semesters, students will email with a question or a concern on one of the different practice problems, so I'll make an additional video or explanation or summary, and I'll email it out to the whole class. Oftentimes it helps everybody because that one question had everybody stuck. Please do not hesitate to contact me with any and all inquiries. I am happy to help. I am happy to provide further explanation, and I'm happy to work with you on your own learning through this course. All the assignments, the goal is to always have them returned to you within 72 hours of the due date. Make sure when you're writing throughout our course you're using people first language. We always want to put the person before the disability or difference. So child with autism, adult with disability. As this is an online course, you need to have reliable access to internet and your computer. You're still responsible for work completion even if there's technological failure. General goals for this class is 3 to 6 hours per week in terms of time, but this will change based on your own individual need. It's a rigorous and challenging course, and it does require self-motivation and determination because it's asynchronous. You won't be meeting with me every week. We can meet as you need, but this is really on your own in terms of making sure your work is completed and on time. As noted in the course schedule, everything's due by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All work is expected to be submitted on time. Late work will result in a loss of credit towards the assignment unless you've talked to me previously about the different assignments. You'll have a variety of different readings. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions on the readings. If you'd like supplementary readings on a particular topic, if you're confused or if you're really interested in a topic, I'm happy to help with that as well. The Learning Center will provide advice and writing assistance. If you know you need somebody to proofread your work, please make sure to do so. I'm happy to help with any questions you have on any assignments, but make sure to give ample time to get the help and then to be able to change your assignment. In terms of plagiarism, plagiarism counts not only for copying somebody else's work or idea, but also copying your own material. So if you've written or done something for a previous course and received credit, you cannot use that again to receive credit in a different class. If you have any questions about academic dishonesty, please read the academic misconduct policies. Of particular importance in terms of an education course is the idea of professionalism. Since we're working in a very sensitive field, you need to make sure that if you're sharing names of teachers, schools, or any identifying information, we need to be able to trust our classmates that this will not be taken outside of our course. So if you're watching one of your classmates' presentations and they mention it, make sure you're keeping that information within the course. I recommend strongly instead to just use pseudonyms. so that you don't have to worry about a FERPA violation. If you need to use any of our course readings, if the references are already provided for you here in APA 6th edition, there's also a representative bibliography if you're interested in any different texts on any of the topics we might cover in this course. And then, of course, the conceptual framework for our teacher is an accomplished educator. So within this course, we're working towards being accomplished scholars, accomplished constructivist educators, and accomplished reflective practitioners. The course will be housed in My Courses, and each week you'll have a new folder, except for week 6 and 7, which is focused on annotated bibliography, which has just one folder. So as you go into a week, you'll see the readings and video. So click there. It'll list the readings that were on your syllabus. If there's an additional reading that's not from your textbook, it'll be linked here. And then there'll be the videos and the PowerPoints from the videos. So you just click, it'll open up the video and start the explanation for you. And if you'd like to refer to the PowerPoint that was in the video, say if there's an example problem that you want to go back to, you can download the PowerPoint as well. Then each week we'll have a practice problems folder. First will be the practice problem directions. You can download them there. Then there's a Dropbox to submit your rough draft for your practice problems. On Thursdays, below the practice problems Dropbox for the rough draft, you'll have the answers. They'll pop up. And then you submit your final draft with your corrections and your reflections in this Dropbox. For the first week, just to give you an idea of what I expect for the reflective paragraph, there's an example provided. Your grades will also be posted through My Courses, so you can stay on top of different assignments, but they'll also be emailed back to you for the different assignments. In some of the different videos you'll have for the week, it'll refer to module. Ignore that. In a prior class, which some of the videos were created and used for as well, I was referring to them as modules instead of weeks because it was a shortened class. As always, let me know if you have any questions, and once you finish this video, make sure to go take the syllabus quiz.